Today we're taking a look at the new 2022 Refine from Bear Archery. Welcome back to Mike's Archery's YouTube, and today we are taking a look at some of the brand new bows from Bear Archery for their 2022 lineup, and we are looking at the new Refine. This is out of the Legends series. It's their new flagship bow for this year, and it is a great piece of work. Some of the things that they have done and the upgrades they've made to this bow just make it a shooting machine. And Bear is made in the USA, and that's one of the things we like right there in Gainesville, Florida. They are kicking out bows every day to you. So if you're looking for a made in the USA bow, Bear has got you covered all the way down from some of their lower end stuff all the way up to their new flagship bows. Now the specs on this new bow, the speeds are coming in at 342 feet per second. The axle to axle is 33 inches. So it's a nice longer axle to axle bow, going to be really forgiving, going to shoot really well with that longer axle to axle. The brace height on this bow is coming to you at 6 3/8 inches. So really a nice midline range on that brace height. Again, going to give it a nice feel and shootability with low torque with that little higher brace height, not being a 6-inch bow or anything like that. Now the factory spec weight on this bow is coming in at 4.4 pounds, and we did throw it on the scale, and kudos to Bear because it hit right on the money at 4.4. Usually we see from most of these manufacturers and most of the bows that we look at typically come in 2, maybe 3/10 of a pound over what factory spec weight is. But we took the limb dampeners out of it, we left the string stop on it, and it was spot on at 4.4 pounds. So we're glad to see that they're looking at those things and being a little more honest than what we see out of some of the other folks. The bow does come in 2 draw weight options. You're going to be able to get this bow in a 70-pound max and a 60-pound max, which is nice that Bear does that 15-pound draw range. So you're going to be able to get, if you get a 70, it's going to drop down to a 55 on the low end. And if you buy a 60-pound max, it is going to be able to take it down to a 45-pound on that low end of that bow, giving a lot of versatility there and fitting a lot of different folks. Even if you need to build back up or build some strength back up, you're going to be able to build up with these bows and have a little more room to work. Now they did keep with this Refine, they kept that EKO Cam that they've had the last couple of years. The EKO Cam does have some adjustability there for let off. It's got the adjustability to be able to change from 75, 80, 85, and even 90% let off all on the same cam with just a shift of a module and some draw stop pegs, and you can set this bow anywhere you want. So if you like that really deep valley with holding basically nothing at full draw, then you can get that 90% let off. But if you like a little more weight at full draw, being able to get off the string a little better, maybe a little faster speeds out of it, you can drop that down to a 75, 80, or 85% let off on this cam. With that, the draw length adjustment on this cam is 26.5 all the way out to 30.5. So you've got the ability to reach most of those higher end draws at 30.5. You got that little extra ½ inch there to play with. Now, if you're one of those long draw guys that's out there at 31, 32, you're just not gonna be able to fit into this bow. But it also goes all the way down to 26.5. So that's gonna fit a lot of folks. Ton of adjustment there and just a real nice feel all the way through those adjustments. You also have the option to put a limb stop on this bow if you want to shoot it straight up with the cable stops. It feels pretty good with that, but you can put a limb stop on that cam as well, giving you that rock solid back wall to pull off of and get a real nice solid shot. Now, one of the things they did change for this year in some of the features on this bow, right off the bat we noticed a new grip. So the new grip on this is called a GRIZgrip, and it's got kind of a rounded feel to it. It's a little higher wrist grip. What we noticed about it is it did kind of push your hand out into a proper form position. Now, if you still like that square, flat, solid, thin grip, that grip also comes in there. So the VERSAGRIP's still included with this bow. You're going to get both grips, so you can play with it, see which one you like better and what feels best to you. From there, they kept that ALIGNLOK technology, which is basically a level built into the riser. So when you're doing that initial setup, you can level everything out with the level in the riser on your sights. Make sure you're getting all your third and second axes set up properly. And also at full draw, you're gonna be able to glance at that as an extra check for yourself to make sure you're keeping everything level. Now they did add a new vibration reduction system into this bow, and you'll see it in some of the close-ups there. It's basically some small discs. They feel like a hard polymer type material wrapped around a rubber base that is able to move with inside the riser. You know, as we were shooting this bow, you can feel it. It definitely changed the feel of the bow from last year's bow, making it a little deader in the hand, less aftershock from it. And the test that Bear's throwing out there is saying it's coming in at about 25% less vibration on that lingering aftershock vibration. So really making a great feel in this bow, just adding some dampening systems built into that riser. They also changed to those KillerWave limb dampening systems, so you've got that solid rubber in between the limbs, taking some more shock and vibration and noise out of this bow. It is a full machined riser on this and does have that single string stop there at the bottom, which again, all of that works together in conjunction to make a great feel and a great shot out of this bow, making it extremely accurate. They did keep with just the single stabilizer hole up front on this riser, but they've got a couple places here in the back of the riser that if you wanted to screw in some extra weights top or bottom, you could definitely, they're threaded, you could put some weights on the back end just to change up the weight on this bow just a little bit. The bow is available in both right hand and left hand. A ton of colors are also available with this bow. They came with several new colors, and Bear seems to be leaning a little bit more towards the mossy oak side of things this year. Now you've still got your real tree edge available in this bow, as well as a new veil whitetail pattern that's on there. Really good looking camo pattern there. They did a couple throwback patterns in this bow, which is something we saw last year on a couple special makeups. They're bringing that into the mainline stuff now with a throwback black riser and this model here, which is a throwback tan riser. So you're going to get tan riser or black riser with the old school Fred Bear limbs. Looks fantastic, gives it a really cool look. Some of the other colors that they've added was a mossy oak bottomlands in this bow. So if you're a mossy oak guy and you like that old school mossy oak look, you can get this bow in bottomlands, and you can get it in just a solid olive, solid tan as well, or a full Fred Bear look. So the riser and the limbs would be completely Fred Bear. So just 8 different colors there to really get something customized and special for you of what you like and the look that you're going for. One of the other features that Bear came with last year that they added to some of their upper end bows was a 3-month Onyx subscription. So with the Refine, you're going to get 3 months of free Onyx membership that you can use and plot out all your hunting plans and look at all those properties from Onyx. So a really nice value added into this bow. Now the bow does come in at a full retail of $999. And is a nice price point, keeping it under $1,000. Most people's flagship bows these days are running that $1,100, $1,200, and even $1,300 range on an aluminum riser bow. Bear, more the common man guy, even on their flagship stuff, trying to keep it under $1,000, and they did at $999 on this new bow. Now we're going to step over the range, take a few shots out of this bow, and let you see what kind of speeds it's posting up, what kind of noise levels it's giving off, and kind of give you a breakdown of the draw cycle and feel of the new Refine. As usual, we'll be shooting that 400 grain arrow, and we are going to shoot this on 85% let off at 70 pounds and see what it puts up. So we stepped over to the lane with the new Refine for 2022 here, and this is Bear's flagship bow, and we're going to take a few shots over the chronograph here, kind of give you a breakdown of the feel and the shot and just what it speeds it's putting up, as well as the noise level on this bow. So as always, we are shooting this bow with a 400 grain arrow, shooting it on 70 pounds. We did put it on the 85% let off on this EKO cam. We'll see how this thing does. All right, so 299. So right there on that 300 mark. We've shot it several times. We've been getting 298, 299. We really thought we could break that 300 if we messed with it. But without changing something or trying to tweak it a little bit more, it's topping out right there at 300 feet a second, just under it. But, you know, really a great bow and a fast bow. Overall, I mean, a great feel on that bow as well. So getting a great speed. And as far as the noise level, we're at 98.6. So not terrible. It's a little louder than some of the other bows we've shot, but I don't think it's something you'll notice when you're shooting it. It's not tremendously loud, but it is a little louder than some of the other bows we've shot, but it's right there with everything else, not tremendously loud at all. But the draw cycle on this bow is really smooth. So Bear has, with the changes they've made this cam feel really good. It's nice and smooth coming over. When it drops into that back end, even at 85% let off, you're going to feel a little bit more drop if you put it on that 90, just because of that extra let off that you're getting. But it drops right into a rock solid back wall with those limb stops. and you can really stand on it, pull through your shot really well. The other thing that we looked at was this new grip that they put on here. I'm a fan of that thinner grip, but really and truly this grip feels really good in your hands. The one thing I noticed when I was shooting it, it almost wants to push your hand into a proper position. So if you're taking your hand and you're trying to find that center line on the palm of your hand and center everything up, this grip just kind of pushes that hand out just a little to the left and really lines it up right there where it needs to be. So I think it's going to help with that left and right shooting and taking the torque out of it. But really nice the way they've redesigned that grip. But if you don't like that, it still comes with the other original VERSAGRIP that they've had for the last couple years, and you can go right back to that slim, squared off grip and shoot it as well. The other thing we noticed with this bow was the definite lack of hand shock. Now, whatever they've done with moving these dampeners around, putting them in the riser, strategically where they're at, it has definitely made a great feeling bow. And this being one of their flagship bows, I know a lot of times people look at Bear and they don't see it, you know, competing with that Hoyt and Matthews and some of those other top name brands. But frankly, this bow I feel will shoot right there with them, and it has got a great feel to it, and it's something that you definitely need to check out. If you're looking at one of those top end bows, don't rule this one out just because it's a Bear. So if the new Refine is something that you're looking for, this is a great opportunity for you to get into a great bow under $1,000. So give us a call at Mike's Archery and we will get you set up with one.